This starter project has 4 sprites that match the categories on the backdrop: apparel, food, animals, and misc, or miscellaneous. Miscellaneous means consisting of diverse things. The costumes in this sprite relate to diverse things such as music, sports, and flowers. Each sprite has different costumes, so you can choose your favorite. In this video, you will program the different sprites to show on stage with their matching backdrops. When each sprite is clicked, it will hide and the next sprite and backdrop will appear. To start, click the apparel sprite. When the program is run, the apparel sprite should show. Click Looks and select a Show block. Click to test. The sprite should now show. Add a When Flag Clicked block to ensure that this sprite shows at the start of the program. Next, when this sprite is clicked, it should hide. Select a When This Sprite Clicked event. Then select Looks and add a Hide block. Click the flag and click the sprite to test this. Okay, great. Now that the sprite hides, the backdrop should change to food and the food sprite should show. Add a Switch Backdrop block after the Hide block and change the value to food. Click to test this. Now that the sprite hides and the backdrop changes to food, the food sprite should show. Click the food sprite and select the Looks menu. Drag a Show block into your program and click it. The food sprite should appear. This block needs to be triggered when the backdrop changes, so click Events and select a When Backdrop Switches block. Change the value to food. Click the flag to try this all together. The food sprite is still showing. To make the food sprite hide when the program starts, add a When Flag Clicked block and a Hide block. Try it out again. When the flag is clicked, the apparel sprite shows. When the apparel sprite is clicked, it hides and the food sprite shows. Great! Now, program the last 2 sprites to also show when their backdrop appears. When the food sprite is clicked, it should also hide, and change the backdrop to animals. Click Events and add a When This Sprite Clicked block, a Hide block, and a Switch Backdrop block. Select Animals from the drop-down menu. Test it out. Click the food sprite and the backdrop should switch to animals. Next, program the animal sprite. You'll code it in a similar way to the food sprite. Select the animal sprite. When the backdrop switches to animals, the sprite should show. When the flag is clicked, the sprite should hide, and when the sprite is clicked, the sprite should hide and the backdrop should switch to miscellaneous. Test it. Click the flag, then click each sprite that appears. Great! All that's left in this step is to repeat that code for the miscellaneous sprite. This sprite will change the backdrop to My Page. Once you have coded all 4 sprites, try it out all together. Okay, great, but the program should start on the apparel backdrop. Select the apparel sprite and click the Looks menu. Add a Switch Backdrop to block after the When Flag Clicked event and change the value to apparel. Awesome, everything works! Now it's your turn. Program the food, animals, and miscellaneous sprites to hide when the flag is clicked. Then, program the backdrops to switch when each sprite is clicked. Finally, code each sprite to appear when its backdrop switches.